Richie Rich, Coach Babs, and welcome to the Think Strong, Be Strong channel. If it's your first time, welcome. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe button, share, tell all your friends, come back again, check out my previous videos. If you're an avid listener, welcome back, guys. I appreciate you guys showing up. I appreciate your support. I appreciate the love. It's been a while, but I lost my voice coming out here, moving from Barry White to Michael Jackson. So it wasn't the one. But we're back, and we're gonna have a little conversation about patience and the importance of patience. So without further ado, let's get to it, shall we? Hey guys, welcome back. So I want to start with saying this first of all. Have patience with all things, but most importantly, have patience with yourself. So you've probably heard me use this parable about the Chinese bamboo tree more than once, but I love it so much. Since the day I first heard it, I just loved it. The fact that when you plant the Chinese bamboo tree in soil and you water it and water it and water it for the first 4 years, right? It just grows its roots down underground. It just grows its roots as far down underground as possible, and it spreads its roots deep and wide underground for 4 years. And all your job really is to do at that point is to just keep watering the seed, the spot that you planted the seed, right? And the more you water it as and when you're supposed to, the further down the roots grow, meaning the stronger the foundation is going to be, right? Now, obviously, when you are doing this, like I've said before, people will wonder what the hell you're doing. They're gonna ask you, what are you waiting for? Like, what is the purpose of what you're trying to make happen? And I guess when using the parable of the Chinese bamboo tree, if you say to somebody, well, I'm watering this Chinese bamboo tree, and they ask you how long have you been watering it, and you say, about 4 years now, and they can't see the fruit of what you're doing, obviously they're gonna laugh, or they're gonna be confused, or they're gonna advise you to just step away, right? But there is patience. It's a real key thing. There is success in patience. It's having faith that something is going to happen, with little or no action, or action, right? And it's the willingness to obviously endure the long suffering for the fruitful outcome that is going to come later, based on the work you're doing now. And you can call watering the Chinese bamboo tree seed as long suffering, because you're watering it and you're not seeing anything. And how many things do we come across in life where you're watering it and you're not seeing anything? And I can talk from experience. I mean, I was having a conversation the other day with somebody talking about, the job that I do. And it was like, when he was talking, he was always like, I have never ever applied for any job in IT that is below 25, below 25 grand. You gotta know your worth kind of situation, which I get, right? And I have a little more experience than he has in this job, right? And I've been working in the IT industry for about 13 years. I've been doing IT, for example, right? And the jobs that I'd been getting were around the 20,000, maybe 21K mark, right? So it's considerably lower. And I've been in multiple positions and learnt different things. So in this time, obviously there has been where I've had to cut my cost of living down, or I've had to move to places that are more affordable, or I had to restrict myself on social activities or things that I want to buy or do because of the financial aspect of things, right? So you could call that a form of long suffering. That is me watering my Chinese bamboo seed, right? And it's been going for a good few years, right? But in that time, I've gained a lot of experience with different systems, different processes, different workflows, I've learned different skills. I've grown from how I started in terms of dealing with different calls, dealing with different kinds of end users, clients, shareholders, and things like that. So I've got a lot of experience under my belt versus the amount of money I've been paid for it. And then I went at a time to try and apply for positions that were more money earlier on in life. But when it came down to the interview process and things, I just couldn't cut it at the interview. Like I can do interviews really well, but it's always the experience, and the exposure that I had. So it kind of led me to have to go back to what I'm doing and just keep working at it, no matter how frustrated it felt, no matter how limited I felt. And you're going to take into account your age, and you're going to take into account how much time you think you've got left before somebody younger or somebody smarter supersedes you, or you sit down and watch people younger than you get above you. But sometimes they wouldn't really last in the position above you, or they wouldn't really know how to hack it. So, still recovering from my voice. So, then recently I got found for a job role that pays considerably more than what I'm getting paid now, but they wanted me based on my experience and my expertise. Now, let's go back to the Chinese bamboo tree for a moment. Now, you're watering this Chinese bamboo tree and you're having patience, you understand? And using watering in terms of my career progression, watering was doing similar roles for not the money that I deserved, but getting the experience. Now, what I tried to do was to force the Chinese bamboo tree to grow before its time, and it wouldn't grow, which was me trying to jump into a position before my time, but I didn't have what was needed. Now, people would ask me, just like the man watering the plant, what are you doing? Why don't you just change your field? Why don't you just go into a different area of business or career? Do you know what I mean? Why don't you do something else? Why don't you stop watering the plant and just walk away? It's not going to grow into anything. You're just making yourself look silly. But you gotta have patience and faith in the fact of what you were doing, which to others appear to be a form of inaction, is actually making things happen. Because like the bamboo tree, all my experiences that I've gained are the roots that are growing deep under the foundation and spreading wide under the foundation. So by going out there and doing multiple similar things, I'm growing underneath where people can't see yet. Now, in the 5th year of watering this Chinese bamboo tree seed, it shoots 80 feet tall in that year. and everybody can see the glory and what you have made happen. Even the people that were laughing or questioning or saying that you had issues or you didn't want anything to happen or you didn't, whatever they were saying, the same people will turn around and be like, yo, look at that. And that what's happened to me, because you know, they found me and they wanted to interview me based on the roots and the foundation that had been growing under the surface. And they wanted or want to obviously look at me based on my experience, because now I've grown 80 feet tall for everybody to see. Now, what did that take? Patience. It took faith, and it took a test of my patience and my faith. And then it took time to make happen, so you can be ready doing what you need to do in the place that you need to be doing it. And the key to this, and the moral of this conversation right now, is to keep watering whatever it is you believe you want to grow, and have patience that it will happen for you. Because whatever you're going through now, it's the roots that are growing deep and spreading underneath the surface, under the foundation that nobody can see, hence why they can't understand it. But when the time is right, you will spring forth 80 feet tall, strong and sustainable, where those who were looking at you and mocking you or confused will be able to walk over to you and be like, I get it. And that will inspire them. And when they ask you how, just tell them you had faith and it required patience. And it will inspire others to do the same thing. So the day when I read that parable about the Chinese bamboo tree, I've treated my life in everything I do, friends, family, love, career, money, or whatever, working out, whatever it is, I treat it with the philosophy of the Chinese bamboo tree, because it requires patience, faith, and to water it consistently and believe it's going to grow. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment, hit the like button, hit the share, and share it with your people. In the meantime, like I always say, live your life one step, one rep at a time. Think strong, be strong, and remember, impossible is nothing.